Good afternoon, good evening.
Yeah.
Welcome back
Good
to
night.
the good night. Welcome to the first episode, the first installment of the midweek episodes of the Podpastor After Hours. I'm Christian, the co-host, and that's Pastor Chris.
Hey
And we are
guys.
going to do this midweek episode for you guys. So hopefully it goes through, no interruptions, no technical difficulties. We're doing it remotely, so we'll see how it all works out. But here we go. We'll roll the intro.
Roll it. Welcome back to our new episodes here behind the scenes with the Podpastor. Not behind the scenes, after hours, right? What's it called? I don't even
Yeah, Podpastor After Hours.
after hours. With the Podpastor. I'm sure you guys had a long day. We're just doing this to touch base with our viewers and let you know what's going on, how you guys are doing. Something different. I like it. So
Yeah, doing it remotely. So Podcaster on my screen looks blurry. Hopefully on for you guys he's coming through clear. Um but yeah, so we got two segments that we're going to introduce tonight. We have the Podcaster Reacts, and then
yeah.
we have the Devil's Advocate. So we'll start with Podpasser Reacts. We have a pre-filmed thing with the Podpasser of him reacting to a YouTube short that I picked out for him. So you're seeing him react to it for the first time, and we'll send it to that now. We'll see you guys in a second.
What did the German SS troopers have on their belt buckle? God mit uns. God with us.
Yeah, which god?
The Christian God.
No, I don't think the Nazis were gonna do. Hitler was into all sorts of weird,
Wow.
borderline witchcraft stuff. I don't think those dudes were Christian.
What God do you think they were speaking about?
I think they were speaking of the god of their imagination, or worse, I think they were talking about the devil. I think they were talking about Satan. I think Satan.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. I think Satan got their hearts.
I feel like you can admit that it was the Christian God without it affecting your worldview.
No, I don't think the Nazis were Christian at all. It's fair to say that Hitler was on record repeatedly mocking Christianity and mocking God and Jesus.
Yeah, well, I agree with that doesn't mean our God, just because it has the form of godliness. They say there's that Bible verse, even in our world today, there will be people with the form of godliness, but they deny the power thereof. Actions speak louder than words. God says with our mouths we say we love him, but our heart's far from him. So you can put God on anything, but look at their actions, the Nazis. So, yeah,
Right.
the devil's a murderer from the beginning, not God.
Absolutely. I agree. Yeah, I don't think, I mean, obviously, there in that video, Ruslan is a Christian and he's debating an atheist, and atheists will use any argument they can against
Yeah,
Christianity, but mostly against God. And so the fact that they even try to say, oh, well, did you know the Nazis were Christians? Well, one, even if it was true, it wouldn't make a difference.
yeah,
Christians can do bad things without making God false,
it's
right?
impossible.
Uh,
Yeah,
so so I mean, even if it were true, it doesn't do anything to Christianity because we're not asking people to follow Christianity. We're asking them to follow Jesus. So,
exactly.
but the fact that they are grasping for straws like that, I always find funny.
Yeah, the argument an atheist never wins is with himself.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Did you have anything you wanted to add on that video?
No, that was a good video to show us to be alert out there. Just because they throw a tag on it,
Absolutely,
don't get the
absolutely.
generic. Don't get the generic God. Get, you want the real deal.
That's right.
So,
That's right. So I guess we can go to our second segment then, which is the Podpasser Devil's Advocate.
oh,
So uh, in this segment, we're not going to be arguing per se, but I will purposefully be taking an opposing view from the pastor. That does not mean that I agree with the view that I am taking. I'm doing it just for the show. So that don't say, "Oh my gosh, Christian Junior is an atheist," or "Christian Junior thinks like crazy things." No, I'm doing it for the segment Devil's Advocate. So first question of the segment, Pastor Chris. Do you believe that social media is helping Christianity more than it's hurting it?
It's hurting it more than helping it for sure.
Hurting more than helping. So I'll take the opposing view then, of course. I would say then that it's helping more than it's hurting, but you go ahead and flesh out your side of it first.
All right, 3 points. One, how it hurts is it's a self-imaging kind of thing. Look at me, look what I'm doing. Look, and you find yourself having to do things to see yourself. Now, yeah, we're using social media even now in a way, right? So, you know,
Right.
I understand it can be used for a good thing, but you said, is it good or more, what is it again? The question, it help. Do you,
More helpful or more hurtful?
yeah, it's helpful for sure for Christians, but it's more hurtful than it is helpful because it also opens your door to things you never were able to, people you were never able to contact, um, talk to people you never talked to before, see things you would never see. So yeah, your guard is definitely removed in a way because you could roll and reel and scroll and and all those things. Another thing is we even use it to the point. Well, it helps churches because hey, we could do online services, but it also hurts churches because I could go online, don't have to be there. So you could just see how it hurts it more than it helps because if it helps, people would be at church and it would just be a secondary thing, but it's becoming the solo thing and kind of becomes our God. You walk around the job site, I'm on them. People are always on their phone. Just was talking to a foreman there today, and he said, man, it's like we're working in the village of idiots. Everybody, nobody's in the day. They're in social media or they're in some app somewhere. So you could see how it's bad that way. And then, of course, obviously, sinful reasons, the things they're putting out there. So, yeah, it's more hurtful, distracts you from what God has for you. I think from even your relationship from God and your fellowship with fellow believers. And they're just some of the
All right.
main things.
So I have to take the opposing view. So I have to say that it's more helpful. So if I were to make an argument for that, this is what I would say. More helpful because, to use your words against you, you can talk to people that you never had a chance to talk to. You can
Yeah.
reach people that you never thought you'd be able to reach. I would say in the age of technology, imagine if the disciples had Instagram.
Mhm.
Imagine if the disciples had YouTube and had a podcast and could spread the word across the world that way. I think you have a chance to reach a lot more people as a Christian nowadays than you did before. Um,
Let me ask you this
back in the day
question.
when before social media existed.
Let me ask you this question now. If they had internet and
Hmm?
they had social media, and Jesus came to the town and said, who doesn't have it, follow me. Are they more so worried about how many followers they have in their YouTube channel, or would they follow Jesus and leave all that behind? He said the rich young ruler, "Go sell all you have." Would they sell their cell phones and iPhones and Apple devices of all sorts to follow him? Because he's not here. Love not this world, neither the things that are in this world. And I think social media is a technology is one thing. Social media using technology, yeah.
I kind of see what you were saying there, um, but we're looking more of it as like a tool, not like a luxury. I would say the riches and money is a luxury, and I'm more looking at it during like during this segment as a tool. So not like a thing that makes you feel good or whatever, but like a tool to use. You know
Yeah,
what
but
I'm saying? So like
in
if the
our
rich
day and age,
man,
you're
yeah,
the you're the tool God wants to use, not sit home on your butt and use your social media to reach the world. He said, "So send I you, not your phone." So therefore, it's us getting active. Salvation is not supposed to be us on keyboard warriors giving the gospel, which you see a lot on Facebook. And by the way, so once again, social media, where does it hurt more? You see pastors arguing with pastors, churches fighting with churches, pastors bad mouthing churches. I mean, it's just like, what are we doing? So I just feel that is a bad thing. But like I said, it's God sends us to get active for his kingdom and go sit with the sinners where they're at eat lunch with them and bring the gospel light to them at the job, everywhere else. So social media does keep us from a lot of things that we would never go to or we should go to. That's my thought. So I would never go to certain places, but social media, I'm there. And I should be at church, but because social media, I'm there. That's just my thought.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. But again, I think I'm just going to have to keep it simple with the more helpful
Yeah,
argument and just
I
say
agree. It's not
that
sin. It's not sin. It's
you
not
can
bad.
reach a lot more people. Yeah, you can reach a lot more people. You can, now it's up to you to use it right. So that's where, in reality, I would agree with you that, like, if not during the segment, but outside of the segment, I would agree with you and say it's more hurtful because it's a tool that people don't use correctly. But I also would say, if used correctly, it could be very helpful for Christians,
Yeah,
but we just don't use it right.
my phone.
Oh, did I lose them? Oh, I think I lost them. All right. Well, hey, for those of you that watched, thank you. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Pastor doesn't know how to use technology, so he didn't plug in his phone. But we love you. We'll see you on Sunday for the main Podpastor episode. And till then, have a good night. Have a good week.